Hey guys, my name is Amy Marika and welcome to my yoga channel. Today's class is a strength and stability class. It is a beginner level yoga class, and as the name implies, we'll be working on our strength and our stability. We will be using dynamic movements. We'll be working our glutes and playing with some lunges and getting into the legs and lower body. When we start to build stability in the body, we also build mental stability and our ability to hold our ground. So expect to wobble, expect to shake. This is okay. That's just your neuromuscular system building strength and building stability. I recommend playing some music for this class just to keep the energy lifted throughout. And so you can pause the video now and go ahead and do that, and I will meet you on the mat. Now that you're all set up, let's get started. So please come into a tabletop position on your mat. So hands directly underneath of shoulder blades and knees directly underneath of hips. We will begin to sync our movement with our breath here, moving through some cat-cow movements. So I want you to inhale and drop your belly towards the mat, lift the tailbone and lift the chest. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin, and push through the upper middle back towards the sky. Inhale, lift the tailbone, lift the chest, back bend. And exhale, tuck the tailbone and tuck the chin, upper middle back to the sky. 2 more times. So inhale, lift the tailbone, lift the chest. And exhale, tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin. Inhale, lift the tailbone, little back bend. And exhale, tuck your chin, tuck your tailbone. Arch through the back. Lovely. Inhale here and take a gentler back bend. So lift the sit bones, lift the chest, and then exhale and just come back to a neutral position in the spine, back to tabletop. From here, I want you to tuck your toes under, press your heels back, sit bones to the sky for downward facing dog. It is our first down dog of the class, so I want you to just take a moment to feel into your down dog, feel where you are at. If it feels good, you can paddle through the feet. So dropping one heel and lifting the other, and then switching sides, dropping one heel, lifting the other, opening up the backs of the calves. So I want you to bend your knees here and send your sit bones towards the sky as we put some form to our pose. Lift the sit bones high, wrap the armpits towards the midline and press into the thumb and forefinger side of the hand. I want you now to slowly and gently walk or step your way towards the top of the mat. You can bend your knees here as much as you need. And come to meet your hands at the front and take a forward fold. So bend your knees here and try and get your tummy connected to your thighs. You can keep your fingers on the mat or grab opposite arm to opposite elbow. And if it feels right, swing your torso side to side, ragdoll fold. From here, I want you to grab the ankles, shins, or knees and send your sit bones towards the sky. Draw your shoulders back, straighten the spine, and tuck the chin ever so slightly here for a halfway lift. Exhale now, refold over your legs once again. As you inhale, I want you to press through the feet and come up to stand with a nice straight spine, arms up alongside your ears. Exhale your arms to the side. Take your feet hip distance apart. I want you now to rock forward onto the balls of your feet and then back onto your heels. And just kind of rock back and forth for a few moments, and just kind of play with your balance, feel where you're at. Slowly start to then come to stand on your feet. I want you to look down at your feet for a moment, get nice and stable, and just press through the pressure points on the base of the big toe, base of the baby toe, and the heel of your foot. So we have a nice tripod shape in the foot. I want you to press through these pressure points. Energetically lift through the arches of the feet so your feet feel really strong and stable. Engage the leg muscles here, squeeze the glutes and draw the pubic bone towards the navel point. Lift the shoulders up and roll them back and drop them down. Palms facing forward. Tuck your chin ever so slightly here for mountain pose, Tadasana. Feel the strength and stability in the pose and get ready as we start to move. So inhale, lift your arms up alongside your ears. Exhale and send your sit bones back and sit back in your chair, keeping your arms alongside your ears here. Inhale, push through your feet, come back up. And as you exhale, I want you to drive your pubic bone forward, bend your elbows and lift your chest. Inhale, back to center, arms alongside your ears. And exhale, sit back in your chair. Here in chair pose, I want you to lift your left heel up and then drop it back down. Lift your right heel up and then drop it back down. Playing with your balance. And then push through your feet as you inhale back to center. And exhale, pubic bone forward, bend the elbows, lift the chest. Inhale, arms alongside your ears. And exhale, sit back in your chair. Last time here. This time, I want you to rock forward and come up onto the balls of your feet. Playing with our balance. Your leg muscles might be screaming. That's okay. We're building strength. Take one more moment. And then lower the heels. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, pubic bone forward once again. Lift the chest, bend the elbows. Inhale, arms up alongside the ears. Exhale, hinge from the hip crease. Swan dive your arms and fold forward. Over your legs, tummy to thighs. Lovely. So from here, I want you to halfway lift once again. So lift the sit bones, draw the shoulders back. Hands to your ankles or your shins. And then exhale, plant your hands on the ground. Step your feet back into plank. Hold the plank pose here. So push through the upper middle back. We'll hold it for 3, 2, 1. And then lower your knees to the mat. So now we're in our tabletop position once again. And we're set up to do some glute work here. So press into your hands and your left knee and pick your right leg up and send it to the back of the room. Point through the toes here and get ready as we start to move. I want you to take your right toes and bring them across your mat over to the left corner and touch the corner of your mat. Lift back up. Drop the right toes over to the left and then squeeze the glute and lift back up. Try and keep your torso nice and still and stable here. We'll take it 3 more times. So drop the toes to the left corner and lift back up. 2 more times. Toes to the left corner, lift back up. 1 more time. Drop the toes to the corner of the mat and then kick back up. Hold it and listen. Flex the toes here. We're going to take 5 little pulses. So kick that heel to the sky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold and drop your knee to the mat. Well done. Let's do the other side. So send the left foot back, point through the toes, nice and stable and strong in the core. Let's go. Left toes, drop them over to the right corner of the mat and then kick back up. Left toes to the right corner of the mat, lift back up. Keep going. 3 more times. Lift up, lift up. Last time. Lift up and hold. Flex the toes. Let's take our 5 pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Hold. Knee to the mat. Well done. So from here, I want you to tuck your toes under. Start to come back slightly just to give yourself a little bit of room. And I want you to step your right foot forward. So your right foot now should be at a 45-degree angle. And I want you to come back and sit back onto your left heel. Take your hands out in front. Clap them together. And we're going to take some pelvic thrusts here. So come up onto your left knee, drive your pubic bone forward, squeeze, and sit back on your heels. Come up onto your left knee, squeeze the pubic bone forward, and back to your heel. 3 more times. 1, 2, drive the pubic bone forward. This is the last time. Hold, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Take your arms out to the side now, and take a big inhale. And as you exhale, lower the right arm and reach the left arm up and over for a side body stretch. Come back up, hands to the mat. Swing your right knee back and we'll do the other side. So right toes curled under, sit back, step the left foot to the side. Once again, the left foot is at a 45-degree angle. It can be coming off your mat, that's okay. Sit back on your right heel, take the clasp and get ready to move. So lift up onto that right knee, drive your pubic bone forward and sit back on your right heel. Come up onto your right knee, drive your pubic bone forward and sit back on your heel. 3 more times. You can really feel it in that right quad. We're working on our lower leg strength. Last time, squeeze, pubic bone forward, arms out to the side, inhale, and exhale, left arm to the side, reach the right arm up and over, big side body stretch. Come back, hands to the mat, and step your knee back. Lovely. Now we're in tabletop once again, and we are set up to come into the little flow portion of our class. So, I want you to inhale and lift your sit bone and your chin towards the sky, back bend. Taking a few more of these cat-cow movements that we did at the start. So inhale and exhale. Tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin. Upper middle back to the sky. Inhale, come back to neutral. Tuck your toes under and press your seat up and back for downward facing dog. Take 1 inhale here and exhale, shoot forward into plank. You can shuffle your hands or feet forward to get that nice plank shape, and from here lower your knees to the mat. Step your right foot between your hands and keep your back knee on the mat. From here I want you to inhale, lift the arms up alongside your ears. And exhale, just like we did at the start of our class, I want you to bend the elbows and lift the chest. Inhale, arms alongside your ears. Exhale, hands to the mat. Plant your left hand on the mat, and as you inhale, I want you to twist and lift your right hand towards the sky. Exhale, hand to the mat. Listen this time. I want you to lift the back knee off of the mat, and we're set up now in our lunge position. I want you to drop your back heel and spin it in. So now your back heel is at about a 45-degree angle, and we're all set up to come up into warrior one. So pressing nice and strong into that front foot. I want you to swing your arms up and out to the side. Right knee is stacked over the front ankle. Wrap your front hip underneath and your back hip in. Reach your arms out to the side. Take your gaze over your right fingers, and we'll start to move dynamically. So inhale, straighten that front knee and lift your arms up alongside your ears. Exhale, rebend the front knee, warrior one. Inhale, straighten the knee, arms up. Exhale, bend the knee, warrior one. Last time, inhale, straighten the front knee, lift your arms alongside your ears. Exhale, bend the front knee, warrior one. Continue to move and lower your hands to the mat. Framing your front foot. Spin back onto the ball of the left foot. Plant your hands and step back to plank. Lower your knees and step your left foot forward. We'll do the other side. So keeping your back knee on the ground, make sure that your tummy and thigh have a nice connection here. There's a good fold in your hip crease. From here, we're going to inhale, lift up, arms alongside the ears. And exhale, once again, bend the elbows and lift the chest. Inhale, arms alongside your ears. Exhale, hands to the mat. Plant the right hand onto the mat and inhale, twist left fingers to the sky. Exhale, hand to the mat. Once again, the hands are framing the front foot. We're going to lift the back knee off the mat. We're in a nice strong lunge position. From here, spin the back heel down and in. So your foot should be at about a 45-degree angle. And get ready to come up into warrior one. Inhale, swing the arms up, out wide. The front thigh, so the left thigh, is spinning and wrapping underneath of you. This right thigh is spinning in. Arms out wide. Take your gaze out over your left fingertips. And we'll get ready to move dynamically here. So inhale, straighten the front knee, lift your arms alongside your ears. And exhale, bend that front knee, warrior one. Inhale, straighten the front knee, arms alongside ears. Exhale, rebend that front knee, warrior one. Last time, inhale, straighten the front knee, arms up. Exhale, warrior one. Continue on the exhale to bring the hands down to the mat, frame the front foot. Spin onto the ball of the right foot, plant your hands and step back to plank. From plank, I want you to bend the knees and set the sit bones to the sky for downward facing dog. Take a moment here. Bend the knees, sit bones high. Take one inhale. And exhale, drop the knees, lower down. So we will take one more round of that flow, but we will add a pose onto the end. So from tabletop here, once again, I want you to inhale and lift the tailbone, lift the chest. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin, upper middle back to the sky. Inhale, come back to a neutral spine. Tuck your toes and send your sit bones to the sky, downward facing dog. Exhale, shoot forward into plank. You can once again move the hands a little forward if you need to. Exhale, drop your knees to the mat. Step your right foot forward. And this time, we're gonna really work on our strength and our stability. So this time I want you to lift the knee, back knee off of the ground. We're framing our front foot here with our hands, tummy to thigh. Get ready, we're gonna inhale, lift up, arms alongside your ears. Drive the pubic bone forward. Exhale, bend the elbows, lift the chest. Inhale, arms back up alongside ears. And exhale, hands to the mat. Plant your left hand onto the mat. Inhale and twist and lift your right hand towards the sky. Exhale, hand to the mat. Spin your back heel down and in. Get ready. We're going to inhale and spin up. Warrior one. Once again, wrap that right hip underneath of you. Bend that knee forward over the ankle, arms out wide. Gaze out over your right fingertips. Inhale and exhale. I want you to drop your left hand to your left leg and inhale and reach your right arm up and back for a reversed warrior, opening the side of the body. Keep that front knee bent. And exhale, back to warrior one. Keep that hand reaching down and bring your right fingers to the sky. Lift your left hand, your right hand to the mat, pardon me, and your left hand to the sky for extended side angle. Variation with our hand towards the sky. We're going to hold this for one more breath. Really lift the back half away from the mat. And exhale, lower your hand to the mat. Reframe the front foot. Spin onto the ball of the left toes. Plant the hands and step back to plank. Once again, drop the knees and step your left foot forward. Get ready. We'll do the other side. So once again, we're going to lift up that back knee, nice and strong. Get ready. We're going to inhale, lift the arms up. Whoa, nearly fell over. Lift the arms alongside the ears, drop the pubic bone forward, and exhale, bend the elbows, lift the chest. Inhale, arms up, and exhale, hands to the mat. Plant your right hand on the mat and inhale. Lift your left arm up towards the sky and exhale, hand to the mat. Spin your back heel down and in, about 45-degree angle, and get ready. We're going to lift and spin up. Warrior one. The left thigh now is wrapping underneath of you. Right thigh spinning in. Inhale, take your arms out wide. Take your gaze over your left hand. Inhale and exhale. This time I want you to drop your right hand to your right leg. Inhale, face your palm towards the sky. Reach your left arm up and over. Stretching the side of the body, keeping the bend in the left knee. And exhale, back through warrior one. Continue on your exhale, bringing the left hand now to the inside of the left foot. Reach your right hand up to the sky for extended side angle. Give some pressure of the left knee and left elbow, facilitating your twist. Try and lift your navel point towards the sky and lift the back calf away from the mat. One more inhale. And exhale. Bring your hand back to the mat. Spin onto the ball of the right foot and step back to plank pose. From plank, lower your feet, sit back onto your heels. We'll take a moment now just to let everything settle. You did a really good job. There were some challenging movements, a lot of strength building and stability building. So be so proud of yourself. If you're still with me here through the class, you're doing a great job. So just take a moment to reconnect with your breath. Recommit to yourself and your reasons for coming here and practicing your stability and your strength. Recommit to yourself. Notice your heart rate start to calm down with your breath. Sit over to the right and swing your feet out in front of you. Shuffle yourself down on your mat, depending where you are. Take the soles of your feet to the ground and lower onto your back. So from here, I want you to step your heels a little bit closer to your bum and keep your feet hip distance apart. You should almost be able to scratch the backs of your heels. They don't necessarily need to be touching, but close enough. Once again, feet are hip distance apart. We're going to start to move in some dynamic bridge pose. So press into your feet, into your heels here. Lift your pubic bone or pelvis towards the sky and simultaneously lift your arms up alongside your ears. Exhale now and lower your arms and lower your bum. We'll do this 2 more times. So inhale, drive the pubic bone towards the sky, arms alongside your ears. And exhale, lower the arms, lower your bum. Last time, really push. Now lift the pelvis, arms alongside your ears. But this time, I want you to keep the pelvis lifted and just lower the arms. From here, you can interlace your fingers and shuffle onto your shoulder blades. Press into your feet and lift the pelvis a little bit higher towards the sky. And we're just going to hold it here for a brief moment. Think about drawing your knees towards each other just to counteract the tendency of the knees to kind of splay open. Really engaging the inner thighs. We'll take 1 more breath. And exhale. Undo the interlace and lower your back to the mat. You can widen your feet here and let your knees fall in on each other. Take your left hand to your chest and your right hand to your belly. Take a moment to let it all settle. Lovely. So from here, we're going to come into happy baby pose. So lift your legs, bend your knees. You can grab the backs of your knees here, your shins, your ankles, or your feet, whatever is available. Try and get your ankles stacked above your knees. It's okay if you're not there already, just work in that general direction, depending on where you're at. And from here, I want you to try and press your lower back into the mat, straightening out the spine. If it feels good, you can take little rocks side to side. And just enjoy this pose for a moment. And if it's available to you, you can bring the soles of your feet to touch and maybe interlace around the outer edges of the foot and just feel that nice opening in the hips. And then everybody take your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little hug. And thank yourself for showing up today. When you're ready, kick your feet to the corners of your mat and take your arms down by your side, palms facing the sky. Shuffle about here as much as you need to find your comfortable final resting position as we settle into Shavasana. Start to reconnect with your breath, taking smooth, steady inhalations and smooth, steady exhalations. Notice how this calming of the breath also begins to calm your heart. Notice how your muscles start to melt and relax deeper into the ground. Let's take 3 rounds of connected breathing here. Inhaling through the nose, deep, steady inhales, and smooth, steady exhales. Begin to wiggle your toes and wiggle your fingers, reawakening the cells and the muscles of your body. When you're ready, roll over to one side, coming into a fetal position. I want you to use your top hand and slowly press yourself back up to a seat. This is a really potent and beautiful place to do some meditation. So I encourage you to do so, and I will say goodbye and thank you for joining me today for our strength and stability class. Thank you. Hey guys, thank you for joining me for the strength and stability class today. If you made it here through the whole class, well done. This class was challenging, but I hope it was equally fun. If you enjoyed it and you liked what you see, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I hope you join me on the mat soon.